Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland Reviewer, and I'm here to review Deadly Illusions. And this is from Anna Elizabeth James, and who wrote and directed this film, starring Kristen Davis, Dermot Mulroney, and Greer Grammer. And this film, Davis plays this writer who's being pressured into making another book in her famous series for a lot of money. Her husband, Dermot Mulroney, gives her a heads up, hey, might be losing some money on a deal that he didn't tell her about. But they're very well off, and they hire this nanny to take care of their kids, played by Greer Grammer. And she seems like the perfect person. And all of a sudden, Kristen Davis starts having some very interesting and sexual fantasies in her head about her and this nanny. And this film turns into exactly what you expect it to be, completely based off of one, it's called Deadly Illusions, two, this is straight to Netflix film, three, just reeks of sleazy, trashy kind of erotic romantic thriller. And you're just like, you've seen films like this a dozen, like every year, of these really cheesy, obnoxious, just kinds of films. And this is exactly one of those films. Each of these scenes where she's having these dreams of her either seducing this young woman or this young woman seducing her. Like, they have one where she's in a tub being fed yogurt by her with petals, flower petals all in the bath, and her starting to stick her hand in and start touching her, and it's just filmed in a way that seems like this is right out of a softcore porno. And you're just like, God. And the worst part is this movie was an hour and 54 minutes. It just kept going. Just kept going and going. And it wasn't until like the hour and 20 minute mark where you're just like, oh my God, this movie's finally making some like shifts a little bit. And some of the things that it incorporates, especially with mental illness, is really, like, feels very on the nose, very obnoxious and stereotypical, and very problematic and insensitive, to be perfectly honest. And it's just like, oh, she's crazy. And, of course, Kristen Davis's best friend gets caught up in all of this. She has suspicions, and like Kristen Davis thinks that her husband is having an affair with her best friend, thinks that her husband's having an affair with the nanny. She wants to have an affair with the nanny. Her best friend thinks that she wants to have an affair with the nanny, and all of these webs. And you have that obnoxious fake out of like, is this a dream? Ha, it was just a dream. And over and over and over and over and over again. And by the end, they throw some even more twists in like the last 2 minutes of this movie, and you're just like, come on. And it seems like they're going to set up for a sequel. I'm like, come on. And in the end, you have Kristen Davis and Dermot Mulroney and Greer Grammer all do their thing to try to do their best to elevate this really sheeny, just obnoxious, trashy kind of erotic thriller. And they don't really succeed very well. They do their thing, but this movie is exactly what you think it is. So if you love films like this, right up your alley. Go over to Netflix right now. If you are not a fan of these, you're going to hate this. And like me, because I did not connect with this movie. But those are my thoughts on Deadly Illusions. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland Reviewer.